Hi everyone, and welcome to this briefing session for the joint bachelor's degree in software development and testing, offered by the Universitat Oberta Catalunya, Open Universitat from Netherlands, and UNED from Madrid. My name is Javier Cánovas. I'm the academic director of this new program, and in the next 15-20 minutes, I will present the program, the profession, and the main details about this joint degree. Let me introduce myself to start the presentation. My full name actually is Javier Luis Cánovas Izquierdo, but in short, I'm Javier Cánovas. I have a PhD in computer science and more than 4 years of postdoctoral experience, more than 10 years of teaching experience, including more than 5 years of online experience, and more than 15 years of research experience, in particular software engineering, programming languages, and open source. The organization of this presentation is divided in 4 main blocks. First, we will start with a description of the OpenEU Alliance, which is the main context of this program. Then we will pass to the second block, where we will define the profession to which this program is aimed for, which is basically software developer and tester. The third block is the joint bachelor's degree per se. We will have a look to the program, the courses, areas, credits, etc. And we will finalize with further information regarding the program. Let's start then with the first block, which is about OpenEU Alliance. OpenEU is an alliance of 10 European universities. Actually, it's 10 plus 4 associated ones, where WOC, our university, is the main the coordinator of this alliance. This alliance is part of the European Universities Initiative within the European Commission, and the main objective of this alliance is to transform the European university environment to be more international, more flexible, more connected, and more inclusive. OpenEU, basically, it's an alliance with the objective to be open to everyone, gathering students for more than 100 students, more than 300,000 students around Europe, and also more than 700,000 graduates. We are trying to target not only the traditional students, but also non-traditional ones, meaning those people who are older than 25 years, employees or employers, students with disabilities, and also from rural environments, and as well lifelong learning students, mainly reskilling and upskilling students. With that in our head, this is the context of the program. This is a program which is part of one of the objectives of this alliance, the OpenEU Alliance. And now let me pass to the second block, where we will see the profession to which this program is aimed. The main profession for this degree is the software developer and tester, as per se, as the name of the degree. These kind of professionals are people who are able to design, code, test, deploy, and maintain software. But these are the typical technical skills because, of course, these professionals also had to include others, let's call them soft skills, which include communication with a stakeholder, working within a team, etc. And normally, these kind of professionals have in their minds, in their head, when they are developing software, things such as the quality of the software, scope, scalability, maintainability, etc. This could be a main idea for a software developer and tester. If we now try to classify the professional profiles where you can find these kind of professionals, we can, for instance, divide them into 3 main groups. According to the role, for instance, a developer can work as such as a developer, but also as a consultant, quality assurance, testing, an admin, or even a team lead. If we now look towards the platforms, a software development and testers should be able to develop applications, desktop applications, enterprise applications, mobile, embedded ones, etc. And if we now move to other dimension, which would be the domain, normally these kind of professionals are able to work in practically any domain, health domain, banking, industry, etc. These are, before we have been speaking about the profession and the dimensions, but what are the specific skills for these kind of professionals, for a developer and tester? Normally, what is expected for these kind of professionals is a guy or a girl who has a strong background to define efficient algorithms, software engineering techniques like patterns, software development processes, etc., programming languages and tools, Databases should be able to define a proper and efficient scheme for the database and also means to extract, collect, and gather information. User experience, for instance, developing interfaces. Computer and operating systems, because software is not only the interface, the database, and also the application, but also how this application should and is running efficiently in a specific operative system with a specific hardware. And finally, networks and cloud, because in this world where we are living, surrounded by social networks and internet, and specialists in software in testing should be able to create efficient and effective communication protocols among the applications. All this is the technical side again. If we now move to the soft skill side, a professional with devoted to be a developer and a tester should have a good command in English, good communication skills, both in written and oral, and being able to work in team, naturally. The last point in this part is that a professional like this should be able to learn and adapt to new environment quick, very quick, actually, because as all of you know, the technology is always renewing itself every 2-3 months. So this kind of professional should be able to adapt to the new technologies pretty fast. Regarding the job market, this kind of professions is in extremely high demand. In a 10-year outlook, there's a rising demand and salaries not only in Europe but also in US, in the States, and globally. It's nice also to say that there is a diversity on the job openings. Professionals, the developers, the testers normally can work both in public sector but also private sector, freelances, startups, small, medium enterprises, multinationals, and also there is a high diversity of domains and technologies, as we saw before. Also, these kind of professionals are also the positions are generally open to be remotely. Let's say that you can work remotely, and it also creates new opportunities for the profession, for developers and testers worldwide. With that in mind, we have passed the first block, the OpenEU. You have seen the profession, and now let's go into the specific details for this program, the joint bachelor's degree. First of all, the joint word. This is not a normal bachelor's degree offered in our country, in Spain. This is a joint bachelor's degree because it's being offered by 3 universities, playing the role of coordinator our university. The Universitat Oberta de Catalunya is the coordinator of this program, but we are closely collaborating with UNED from Madrid, which is also another online university, and the Open University from the Netherlands, right? Our objective for this is to help you to develop your learning path in an international and rich e-learning environment in a program that is officially recognized in the European higher education area. Also, it's also an opportunity for us as teachers because we can share different e-learning methods, lifelong learnings, and best practices in online education. So we can use the best part of us to put into practice in this international degree. With that in mind, let's see a short description of the program. The format of this degree is a joint bachelor's degree, official degree across the European higher education area. The language teaching is in English. Everything is provided in English. The communication is English, written in English, everything in English. The start date is next September. This is the first semester for this new program. The credit load is 180 credits. Where 1 European credit is around 25 hours of student workload. 180 credits mean that if you study this program in full time, meaning 5-6 courses per semester, you can get the degree in 3 years. The structure of the program is composed of courses. Each course has 6 credits, and normally, I would say even all courses last 1 semester. And the full structure of the program is like the one I'm showing in this slide: 48 basic credits, 96 compulsory credits, 24 optional credits, and finally 12 credits only for the final project. But to enroll the final project, actually, you have to pass a set of basic, compulsory, and optional courses to be able to finalize the degree. You can find more information in this link, but you will also find the link in the description of this video, and also, of course, in our webpage, in the webpage of the universities. Why English? Well, I mean, we are playing, we are teaching, we are learning software. Software is global. This means that we should be able to communicate each other in a global language. Let's say that the English is the lingua franca, so any student, any professional devoted with intention to create software and to test it should be able to have meetings in English, read, write tutorial documentations, having a discussion in English, doing presentation in English, etc. This is actually a specific hard requirement to enroll, to be admitted in the degree. Any student wishing to join this degree should certify at least a B2 level of competency in English. And to do that, you can demonstrate it according to several options. For instance, an official B2 certificate, university English courses at B2 level, maybe a university degree in English, or even an official online test, right? So there are several options, but it's important to say that to be admitted, to enroll to this degree, you have to provide proof about your competency in English. If we now have a look to the program, the main areas that you will find in a very top level way, you can find here that in this program we will be playing, we will be teaching programming and testing, of course. Then we will go into details towards software engineering. We will also have some teaching, some courses towards databases, networks, web and mobile, but also we have the main foundation that we need some mathematical foundation and also soft skills, right? To practice the communication skills, to be able to work in teams and etc. If we now go into details, that I think that this slide is even more descriptive, and I would even say that it's more useful than the previous one. Here you will see the full set of courses that the program is composed of. We have a set of compulsory courses on the left-hand side of this big figure, and on the right we see here the elective courses. Inside the compulsory courses, we find the ones with the white background are the ones that are the basic courses. Basically, here we will be working and teaching the fundamentals. As you see, we have fundamentals of programming, fundamentals of computers, fundamentals of information systems, mathematical foundations. We need this to create a base, a foundation, and then to build up with the compulsory courses that are the ones in dark blue, right? These dark blue boxes represent the rest of the courses. And here you will see, for instance, that we will go into details towards software engineering, software testing, software design patterns, software architecture. I mean, we'll have a full branch towards software. We will be also teaching testing, and we will have a look to databases, network, operating systems, all the techniques and competencies you need to create a high quality software application. Software system, actually. You will also find here the gray ones on the bottom right. Then you have to choose at least 4 optional courses. The full list of optional courses are on the right-hand side, and there you will find, for instance, some specialization like embedded systems, blockchain and smart contracts, security in computers networks, etc. And finally, you see here in the light blue, the final project, which is the last course where you will put into practice all the competencies you have learned during the degree. With that in mind, let me explain the learning model we will deploy, you will find if you enroll the program. The learning model actually, as coordinating university, let's say that we, as Universitat Oberta de Catalunya, we set the model, but we change and adapt this model to incorporate other e-learning techniques coming from Open Universiteit from Netherlands and also UNED. This means that we have courses where you will find the course contents as learning resources, the guides, examples, virtual labs, which is an important point because virtual labs are those classrooms where you will find the technical support you need to play, for instance, to do the database exercise, or maybe to install an operating system. There you will find the support. Then each course will organize the work according to a set of assessment activities. On the top left part of this slide, you will find the typical activities. Normally, courses are organized in challenges, real challenges, in the sense that you will find a problem that you may find in your real life, and you will have to solve practical problems with realistic case studies, which is also the connection of this degree with the real world problems. And then for the assessment, in the bottom right part of the slide, you will find that most of the courses are organized, the evaluation is organized according to a continuous assessment, which means that you have to deliver different practical exercises that will be evaluated in an evolutionary way. And finally, you will have the grade for this course. This means that most of the courses use the method of practical activities for assessment, and also some of them final test, final exams. At the very end, you have to demonstrate that you have reached the competencies required to pass the course. All these activities are always supported by feedback. The professors, the faculty in this degree will be always supporting you, and every assessment activity, once it is delivered and graded, you will have your grade, but also a feedback telling you which part of the activity should be improved, and also some recommendations to help you to pass the course, and to also to obtain the competencies you need to pass the course. All your life in this course, in this program actually, will be developed in what is called the virtual classroom, because this program is fully online, which means that each course will have the corresponding virtual classroom where you will find your classmates, teaching staff, students, classmates actually, and also some communication means like forums, notice boards, or even the planning to planify your work during the course. Regarding people you will find, of course, you will find classmates, you will find myself as academic director, but also two more roles, the tutors. Tutors are those people that will guide you during all your academic path. They will be there to support you in the admission process, for instance, providing academic guidance for the enrollment, for credit recognition. Maybe some of you arrive with some credits from other studies, and you want to perform a recognition of those studies for some courses of the program. Tutors will also answer doubts regarding procedures, courses, and of course also career advice. The typical profile for a tutor is a professional with experience in the field. Actually, the tutors we have now, they are working in the industry, and they really know the profession of software and tester. They are experts in the program and UX procedures, and they are also students at work, which is also important, because if they were students, they will help you better regarding procedures or what to do next, courses, etc. Tutors is a kind of people you will find, and then you will find, of course, teaching staff. The teaching staff or faculty in this degree will be in charge of presenting the course, the main goals of the courses, and the resources, the learning resources. They will provide you a guide to plan the study in the course, and also they will prepare the assessment activities, answer any kind of question you have, and of course grade your activities to eventually pass the course. The profile of these people, these students, actually these teaching staff are, I would say, that very rich, because as a joint degree, we have professionals that are. We have faculty that are professionals from the industry, but also researchers, experienced researchers coming from Netherlands, coming from Madrid, also here from Spain in general. They are proficient in their field of expertise, and also experts in online education. With that, I have summarized the program, but I still want to go into details for some aspects. Let me tell you the technologies we will be working in this program. For those of you that are asking yourselves which kind of technologies we will be playing, regarding programming, we will be playing with Java, C, and Assembler. Actually, the program right now is developed mainly in C. We will play and we will teach, and you will learn C in fundamental programming, the operating systems, and so on, also assembler. And Java, will use Java mainly for object-oriented programming. Regarding web development, course, we will play with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, right? And mobile applications, there is an optional course, which is mobile applications, where you will learn Kotlin and Android. Regarding databases, we will teach the main database systems, MySQL, Oracle, and Postgres. But I have to say that in design databases, let's say that we will go into more details using Postgres SQL. Development tools here, I have to confess that almost in every course you will have the freedom to choose the development tool, but it's important. We think that it's important for you to play with as many development tools as possible: Eclipse, Visual Studio Code, NetBeans, even in environments like GitHub, Git, all this, because you should be prepared to what you will find in the industry, in the market afterwards. So for this, I would say that it's better not to have the compromise only with one tool. Prototyping, we will be playing, we'll be teaching Figma and Just-in-Mind. And finally, other technologies, more, let's say, more technical, regarding operating systems and new and networks. Of course, we will play with, we'll teach Linux, Apache, Wireshark. And regarding cloud computing, we have some courses that will develop some content in Amazon Web Services or Microsoft Azure. With that, let me start finishing my presentation. Some reasons, excuses, ideas that I think that you should have in your mind to make the final decision of joining this program. First of all, it's a 3-year international join program. 3 years because it's 180 credits, and if you are able to study this in full time, meaning, as I said before, 5, 6 courses per semester, you will be able to get an official degree in 3 years. It's international and joint program because as joint program, we are counting with other universities, and it's a multicultural environment with several people that will provide their experience, not only from a teaching point of view, but also for you as classmates in teamwork activities and other tasks that you will develop in the courses. I think that is very enriching in this case. Second point is an official degree. When I said 3 years, it's important to note that it's an official degree in the European higher education area. The 3 universities involved in this program has proven experience in e-learning, more than 25 years actually for our university. We have an excellent and diverse teaching staff, both academics and professionals. We also have research experience in software development and computer science. Actually, myself, I'm researching in software development and software engineering and open source. So it's connected with the program, and most of my colleagues and other teachers, other professors are also researching in these topics. The assessment is mainly, and I would say always, focused on practical activities. It's hard to find courses where you will find theoretical activities, maybe in the foundational ones, mathematical foundations and these kind of things, where we need this foundation to build up. Maybe in those courses, you will find more theoretical ones, but in general, all courses, you will be playing with real things that you will find in real world examples. And finally, the idea about virtual laboratories, which, as I said before, these are special virtual classrooms where you will find the support you need to work with the tools required to pass the course. You have the main classroom for that course, but then you will find the virtual laboratory that will help you, for instance, with Visual Studio Code, with some problem with Apache, some problem with databases, etc. And there you will find specialized teachers to help you out. With that in mind, I only have to say that I would like to encourage you to apply for admission. You can access the main webpage of this program. It's important to say that when you request information, there is no commitment for enrollment. Actually, I would even say I would kindly encourage you to do that, because once you request information, you will be put in contact with one of our tutors that can provide a customized and personalized support and recommendation according to specific profile, meaning that she or he will be able to recommend you about enrollment, also providing you some information about enrollment fees, credit recognition. Some of you, I'm totally sure, that have specific personal profiles regarding your idea or your previous studies. In this case, the tutor will help you and will let's say, there is no commitment to do the enrollment. If eventually you make the decision to enroll the program, she or he will also help you to do the enrollment proposal, right? And with that, I think that I finished my presentation. Right now, we will pass to a short video that will demonstrate or show briefly how to study in our university. And after that, we will go for question and answer session. Thank you.
I would never have thought that a university could adapt so well to the way I live my life. The UOC is an online university where you don't have to worry about the time or the place. It lets me study whenever and wherever I want. Right from the start, I've had a calendar with the deadlines for each course, which has helped me organize my time. I choose my courses depending on the time I have available, and always with advice from my tutor.
I like the dynamic way we learn, using all the different resources we have available for each course. I get personalized feedback from the instructor on each activity I submit, which helps me learn and strengthen my knowledge.
The activity set provide tools to interpret the world and sharpen my critical eye. They're based on real professional situations that I could find in my day-to-day life. I've learned a lot from my classmates in the teamwork activities. They're able to share many different points of view. The walk is able to adapt to my pace of study and lets me do everything I want.
I learn continuously and actively every day.
At the UOC, I have to face practical situations that will prepare me for my future career.
Hi again, here we are again, but now I have here some question that you have dropped in the chat of this video. I will try to answer all of them. I have some of them listed here, but let's go for work. Okay, Janila, I hope I pronounced properly your name. You ask about the minimum math requirements, right? Right now, for this program, the main foundation level required for this program is the typical algebra level, okay, in a normal degree, a bachelor's degree, and logic, right? Those two math foundations 2 are algebra and logic. From this point, you can go ahead and build up for other courses, right? You also tell me something like, you also speak about vocational courses, technical high school. In this case, I will recommend you to apply for request some information because yes, we have some recognitions for those of you that have some technical high school before, right? And in this case, you may be able to recognize not only the mathematical foundation, but also other kind of courses. If some of you, for instance, have some background in web development, maybe you can also recognize that course, right? Monica Domenech, the internship, right? The internship is actually, let me explain this because it's pretty interesting. First of all, the internship course can only be taken if you have passed more than 120 credits, right? It's like the final course, final project. And right now in September, if we open in September 2026, the internship, the hosting company has to be located by the student. But as part of the OpenEU Alliance, we are deploying and developing some, let's say, collaboration with other companies to also have, let's say, a list of companies where you can apply for internship, right? This is right now working status, but right now, Monica, the internship, you have to look for the host company and you will develop the internship. The specific development of the internship, I guess that maybe your question could also go in that direction, is normally the internship is in person, right? Normally. But as I said also in my presentation, software developers and testers most of the times can work remotely. So in other degrees, actually in other programs, we have internships where you have to visit the office. You can work remotely and you have to visit the office weekly, monthly, depends a lot. I mean, In the very end, depends on the memory, let's say the description of work you will do in the internship that has to be validated by ourselves, by the academic teaching staff. And if it is validated, there is a contract, there is let's say a treat between the company and the university, and you can go ahead with internship. Lilith, by the way, you have some technical high school or vocational courses, and you tell us that you still does not have the degree, right, by the Ministry of Education. Okay. In this case, Lilith, I will recommend you again, request for information, tell your specific case, and for sure the tutor will tell you what is your current status. You have this, you have that, take this paper and send it to the university, right? I'm totally sure that in the very end, once you have approved that you have passed some courses before, doesn't matter if they are technical courses, vocational courses, or even other degrees, in the end, your tutor will guide you and will help you to do the recognition, right? Marcos Salvo. AI. Okay. Thanks, Ruse. Ruse is helping us, helping me to answer questions. Yes, just to complement the Rose's answer. I don't know, if, Marco, if you were focusing mainly in teaching AI, right? The point is that this degree is software development and testing. So we, as developers and testers, are the ones that will create applications, right? To do some kind of function. The specialization in AI, we will see some content in AI. Actually, if you now access to the webpage, you will see that WOC is providing a course regarding AI, ethical use of AI, and so on. But AI, let's say that is integrated as a tool for you, right? To do the courses, or maybe in some courses you will not be able, in other yes, and how to do the properly use of artificial intelligence and so on. Right? That is the main context of AI in this degree. Oops, let me see. Okay, some of you is asking about 60 credit. Okay, again, regarding technical courses, vocational courses, what is normally called in Spain formación profesional, there are some limits, right, of credit recognition. We cannot recognize everything. That means that you have to prove that you have passed this technical vocational course, technical course. And if I'm not wrong, the limit is 42 credits, right? It's a percentage of the full load of the degree. And you comment here that at least 60 credits. I'm not totally sure that it's fully 60 credits, right? I would say that it's 42, 48 maybe. There is an extra for some specializations like the ones in Python that can recognize you more courses, 2 more courses, but depends a lot on your background, Froggy Watcher, right? So I cannot give you a proper answer right now, but the only thing I can tell you now is that 60 credits, I think is too much. We can recognize less credits than this. In any case, as I said before, just drop an email or request for some information, and for sure the tutor will answer you directly, right? Dani Sanchez, 8154. Master degree and postgraduate student. Yes, exactly, Dani Sanchez. That is the point where I was saying that one attractive thing about this program is that 180 credits, if you do this program in 3 years, in full time, it's a 3 years degree that opens the door for future masters and postgraduates. But be aware that some masters, in particular, doctoral studies and so on, may require extra credits, but it's so specific that in general, we can say that with this kind of degree, you can access calmly to a master degree afterwards, right? What else we have here? I think that we have passed most of the question. There is a question regarding enrollment. It's important to say that as this program is offered and coordinated by Universitat Oberta de Catalunya, ourselves, we're in charge of doing all the paperwork. So the main communication point is our university, and there is no need to enroll or to go to the Netherlands or to Madrid. Don't worry, to UNED, sorry. You can go with us and we will be in charge of everything. Officially, let's say that you will be a work student. We will use our virtual campus, our LMS, Learning Management System. You will live your life. You will live in our campus with our courses, our classrooms, and professors from Netherlands and from Madrid will adapt the courses to our campus. Right? I think it's important to say because you will not be moving through different virtual campuses, right? Like if you are doing an inter-university degree in the presential one, that you have to go to several different universities. In this case, no, everything will live in our campus, right? What else? I think that we are done with that. Marco is already answered by Rousset. Monica Domenech, also the point about C1. It's answered by Rousset. Thanks, Rousset. Thanks. Uh, if you have a C1, Monica, you are in. Don't worry. As Rosé is saying, the good point about Cambridge certificate is that they do not expire. So, and I think that with that we have finished. Admission requirement from Natalia Uribe Martinez. Strong command of English. Yeah, but maybe that strong command of English has to be proved, Natalia. Ah. I see. Yeah, it happens a lot. Most of students that arrive, they can really, I mean, they have a good command in English, but we need a paper we need a proof that you are okay for that. I'm pretty sure that you will not have any problem to certify your level. And B2 level, with the experience you have here, is more than enough. You will pass it for sure. Okay. Eh, Otaku Novakaon on social media. Okay. Do you speak about sharing travels about AI reviewing exam footage? Wait, I don't know exactly what are you referring to, but if you are referring to the way you work performs exams, right now work performs exams using proctoring. Proctoring means that you have one camera here, another camera there side, and we are recording you, listening you, and also capturing your desktop, right? At least we need this because we have to be sure that the exam is being conducted in a proper way, right? This idea about AI reviewing, no, no. I see your concern. Sometimes these kind of systems can be used, can be automatized, but work, you can see the rules, the main examinations regulations. The work does not use AI for examining exam footage, right? What else? Okay, Marcos Salvos 7503. Subjects or courses will require to pass exams. Um, exactly. You're right, Marcos. Most of the courses here in this new bachelor's degree that can be considered as the big brother of the old bachelor's degree that we had at the Universidad de Catalunya. Most of the courses do not have exam. You're right. Most of the courses base the evaluation in continuous assessment. But I have to say that in the last semesters, we are deploying different assessment methods, which involved recording with the camera, doing oral presentations, proctoring, as I said before, right? Uh, because we need to be sure that you are following the continuous evaluation, and also we need to check that you have reached and learned the specific competencies of the course. Particular, sometimes it's also important to be able to communicate yourself and to explain orally that you have and you have work a specific topic and you have understood what you need to understand, right? So maybe I have to say that most of the courses will continue with the same strategy, this assessment strategy, but some of them may evolve, right? Depends a lot on the faculty, the professors. Uh, Kevin Zamora. Mm, mm. He's speaking about his background. Uh, yes. Thanks for listening and for being here, Kevin. If you have a certificate of B2 from UNED, if I'm not wrong, is more than enough. I mean, you need a certificate that proves that you have a B2 level. Before, when I said to Natalia that she will be able to get a certificate, uh, our recommendation here, if you need the fast track, is to go to Lingua Skill that can give you a certificate proving that you have the B2, C1 or C2 level. It's pretty fast. And in your case, Kevin, I'm pretty sure that you will not have any problem. Okay. For all this that I'm now answering, I strongly recommend you to contact the tutor because the tutor will guide you to the specific regulation and the paperwork you have to do to prove that you have the admission requirements to enroll, please. I think that with that, we have reviewed all the questions. Mm, I think so, right, Roger? I think I think so. Just have in mind before one of you, I think was Marcos. I don't remember now the name. Sorry. But have in mind that this is a 180 credits degree. It's a good opportunity, at least to consider that in full time you can get a 3 years degree, but even in part time the specialization of this degree allow us to provide a professional profile that can be learned in less time than a typical computer science degree. This is also another typical question we get. What is the difference of this degree with computer science? Computer science is more generalistic, is more specific, and has several itineraries, which means that you can go into more details with some courses and some areas. In this case, we clean a bit, let's say the specializations, and we go directly to software development and testing, which allow us to condense everything in a full-time 3 years degree, right? This is also important to describe. Okay. Otaku, last one. Is equivalent, yes, it's, if I'm not wrong, yes, it's equivalent. Yes, yes, it's equivalent, and you can use it. You can use it as a proof to apply for a public sector position, right? Yes. Um, I think that with that we have more or less solved everything. We understand, maybe some of you, we understand that you were waiting for the deployment of this degree. We finally can say that will be deployed next September, next semester actually. We invite you to ask for request for information or ask for more information to the tutor if you are already a NUOC student. And as I said, if you are already an UOC student like Alberto Antiza, you are actually studying UOC multimedia degree. Yes, I mean, yes. From now on, you can contact your tutor, Alberto. Tell him or tell her that you are interested in transfer your curriculum towards this degree, and we have prepared the tables, the recognition tables, to do this transfer towards this degree, right? And for instance, I would say that the courses about web development will be directly transferred, recognized, and others as well, for sure. I will invite you at least to contact the tutor and get more information. Okay, I think that with that, I don't know, we are done. Some specific details that you need. I would invite you to go to the webpage of this program, have a look. There you will find actually the full list of courses, the study plans, the professors, the main paperwork you have to do if you need to recognize something. But for sure, all of you have a specific personal profile. So I will recommend you to just click in request information, and a tutor will help you and will assist you for the enrolling process. Okay, and with that, I think that we can close here. Thanks a lot for being here, for listening to me, this presentation about the program. I hope you make the final decision of enrolling the program, and anything you need, we are here for you. Thank you.